Have you ever felt like giving up? That moment when every fiber of your being screams stop, when the weight of your challenges seems too heavy to bear. We've all been there. It's in these moments, when we're pushed to our limits, that our true character is revealed. Keeping going when it's hard isn't just a motivational phrase. It's a fundamental principle of success and personal growth. It's the secret ingredient that turns ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers. But why is it so important? Why should we push through when everything in us wants to quit? Start by understanding what happens when we face difficulty. Our brains are wired to seek comfort and avoid pain. It's a survival mechanism, an ancient part of our biology that served us well when avoiding predators was our main concern. But in today's world, this same mechanism can hold us back from reaching our full potential. When we encounter obstacles, our first instinct is often to retreat, to find an easier path. But here's the truth. Growth doesn't happen in our comfort zones. It happens when we push beyond what we thought possible, when we challenge our limits and prove to ourselves that we're capable of more. Any significant achievement in your life, your education, your career, your relationships, did any of these come easily? Chances are they required effort, persistence, and the willingness to keep going even when things got tough. That's because anything worth having in life usually demands effort and perseverance. But perseverance isn't just about gritting your teeth and pushing through. It's about developing a mindset that sees challenges as opportunities, failures as lessons, and setbacks as setups for comebacks. It's about cultivating resilience, the ability to bounce back stronger after every fall. So how do we develop this resilience? How do we train ourselves to keep going when every part of us wants to give up? It starts with understanding that difficulty is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become stronger than you were before. Consider the story of Thomas Edison. When working on inventing the light bulb, he failed over 1,000 times before finally succeeding. When asked about his failures, Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset, seeing failure not as an endpoint but as a stepping stone to success, is at the heart of perseverance. Or think about the journey of an Olympic athlete. Their path to success isn't paved with ease and comfort. It's marked by early mornings, grueling training sessions, strict diets, and countless sacrifices. They push their bodies and minds to the limit, day after day, year after year. Why? Because they understand that greatness is forged in the crucible of challenge. But perseverance isn't just for inventors and athletes. It's a quality that can transform every area of your life. In your career, it's what separates those who give up at the first sign of difficulty from those who rise to the top of their field. In relationships, it's what allows couples to weather storms and emerge stronger. In personal growth, it's what enables you to break bad habits, form new ones, and continuously evolve into a better version of yourself. Now, I'm not saying that perseverance means blindly pushing forward without thought or strategy. Sometimes persistence requires us to adapt, to change our approach while keeping our end goal in sight. It's about being flexible in our methods, but unwavering in our commitment. When water encounters an obstacle, it doesn't stop flowing. It finds a way around, over or through. It adapts to the terrain while never losing sight of its ultimate destination, the sea. That's the kind of perseverance we need to cultivate, fluid, adaptive, but always moving forward. But let's be honest, perseverance isn't easy. If it were, everyone would be achieving their dreams, So how do we cultivate this quality? How do we build the mental and emotional muscles needed to keep going when it's hard? First, we need to develop a growth mindset. This concept, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, suggests that our abilities and intelligence aren't fixed traits, but qualities that can be developed through dedication and hard work. When you have a growth mindset, you see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to learn and improve. Next, we need to set clear, meaningful goals. When you have a strong, why a compelling reason for what you're doing, it becomes easier to push through the how. Your goals act as a North Star, guiding you through difficult times and reminding you why the struggle is worth it. It's also crucial to break big challenges into smaller, manageable steps when faced with a monumental task. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, but by breaking it down into smaller actions, we make progress more tangible and give ourselves frequent opportunities to celebrate small victories. Another key aspect of perseverance is learning to embrace discomfort. Growth happens outside our comfort zones. In that space, where we're stretching ourselves beyond what we thought possible. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Recognize that discomfort is often a sign that you're growing, learning, evolving. Resilience also plays a crucial role in our ability to persevere. Resilience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Each time you face a challenge and overcome it, you're building your resilience. Embrace failures and setbacks as learning opportunities. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? By reframing difficulties in this way, you turn stumbling blocks into stepping stones. It's also important to surround yourself with supportive people. The company you keep has a profound impact on your ability to persevere. Seek out individuals who believe in you, who encourage you, and who can offer perspective when you're feeling lost. At the same time, be willing to distance yourself from those who constantly doubt you or drain your energy. Your environment shapes your mindset, so create one that nurtures your persistence. Self-care is another crucial element of perseverance. Keeping going when it's hard doesn't mean running yourself into the ground. It's crucial to take care of your physical and mental health. Eat well, exercise regularly, get enough sleep, and make time for activities that rejuvenate you. Remember, perseverance is a marathon, not a sprint. You need to sustain your energy for the long haul. The conversations you have with yourself in your own mind are perhaps the most important conversations you'll ever have. When faced with difficulty, pay attention to your inner dialogue. Are you encouraging yourself or tearing yourself down? Are you focusing on solutions or dwelling on problems? Train yourself to be your own greatest cheerleader. Speak to yourself with kindness, encouragement, and unwavering belief in your abilities. It's also crucial to learn from failure. Too often, we see failure as the opposite of success, when in reality, it's an integral part of the success journey. Every failure brings with it valuable lessons that can inform your next attempt. The most successful people in history have often failed more times than most people have even tried. What sets them apart is their willingness to get back up, dust themselves off, and try again, armed with new knowledge and experience. Developing a sense of purpose larger than yourself can also fuel your perseverance. When your goals are tied to a greater purpose, something that benefits others or contributes to a cause you believe in, it becomes easier to push through hardship. This sense of purpose provides a wellspring of motivation that can sustain you through the toughest times. Remember, keeping going when it's hard is not about being fearless. It's about feeling the fear and moving forward anyway. It's about acknowledging your doubts, but not letting them dictate your actions. It's about understanding that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Consider the metaphor of a bamboo tree. For years, it grows underground, developing a complex root system. To an outside observer, it might appear that nothing is happening. But then, seemingly overnight, it shoots up, growing at an astonishing rate. Your journey may feel like this at times, long periods of effort with little visible progress. But trust in the process. Just like the bamboo, you're developing a strong foundation that will support explosive growth when the time is right. Sometimes, keeping going doesn't mean stubbornly sticking to one path. It means being willing to adjust your approach, to pivot when necessary, while still maintaining your overall direction. Be like water, able to flow around obstacles, to find new paths when old ones were blocked. Always moving forward toward your goal. Embrace the power of incremental progress. Often we become discouraged because we're not seeing dramatic results quickly enough. But real, lasting change usually happens gradually. Celebrate the small victories. Recognize that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. These small steps, compounded over time, lead to remarkable transformations. Develop a habit of reflection. Regularly take time to look back on your journey. Acknowledge how far you've come, the obstacles you've overcome, the strength you've developed. This practice not only boosts your confidence, but also provides valuable insights that can guide your future efforts. Understand that doubt is a natural part of the process. Even the most successful individuals experience moments of uncertainty. The key is not to let these doubts paralyze you. Acknowledge them, then consciously choose to move forward despite them. Your actions will eventually quiet your doubts. Learn to find joy in the journey itself, not just the destination. When we fixate solely on our end goals, we rob ourselves of the richness of the present moment. There's beauty in the struggle, wisdom in the challenges, and strength in the perseverance. By appreciating the journey, you make the entire process more fulfilling and sustainable. Remember that your ability to keep going when it's hard is not just about you. It's about all the lives you touch, all the people you inspire by your example. When you persist in the face of adversity, you become a beacon of hope for others. You show them what's possible when one refuses to give up. In the grand tapestry of life, it's often our most challenging experiences that become our defining moments. These are the times that shape our character, that reveal our true potential, that transform us into the individuals we're meant to become. Embrace these moments, welcome them as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Now, let me share a story that illustrates the power of perseverance. There was once a young woman named Maya who dreamed of becoming a renowned chef. She had grown up in a small town, helping in her family's modest restaurant, learning the basics of cooking from her grandmother. But Maya's ambitions were much bigger than her small town roots. After high school, Maya moved to the big city to attend culinary school. The transition was tough. She was far from home, surrounded by students from more privileged backgrounds who had been exposed to a wider variety of cuisines. Maya often felt out of her depth, struggling to keep up with the demanding coursework and the cutthroat competition among her peers. There were many nights when Maya thought about giving up, about returning to the safety and familiarity of her family's restaurant. But something inside her refused to let go of her dream. She remembered her grandmother's words. Cooking is love made visible. And love, my dear, never gives up. So Maya persevered. She worked harder than she ever had before. She took on extra shifts at a local diner to pay for additional cooking classes. She spent her free time experimenting with new recipes, often failing but always learning. There were times when she burned dishes, cut her fingers and faced harsh criticism from her instructors. But each setback only fueled her determination. After graduation, Maya faced another uphill battle breaking into the competitive world of high-end restaurants. She sent out countless resumes, faced numerous rejections, and often worked long hours for little pay in entry-level positions. But she never lost sight of her goal. Years passed, and slowly but surely Maya's hard work began to pay off. Her innovative dishes, which combined the homey flavors of her childhood with sophisticated culinary techniques, started to gain attention. She worked her way up through the ranks, from line cook to SAS chef, always learning, always pushing herself to improve. Finally, after a decade of relentless effort, Maya achieved her dream. She opened her own restaurant, a place that celebrated the flavors of her hometown while pushing the boundaries of modern cuisine. The restaurant was an instant success, earning rave reviews and even a coveted Michelin star. But for Maya, the real success wasn't in the accolades or the financial rewards. It was in the journey itself. Every long night, every failed dish, every moment of doubt had shaped her into the chef and the person she had become. Her perseverance had not only realized her dream, but had inspired countless others in her hometown to pursue their own ambitions. Maya's story teaches us that success is rarely an overnight phenomenon. It's a result of consistent effort, unwavering determination, and the willingness to keep going even when the path seems impossibly hard. Her journey reminds us that our biggest dreams often require our biggest efforts, but the rewards, both personal and professional, are worth every moment of struggle. Now, you might be thinking, that's a great story, but my challenges are different. My obstacles seem insurmountable. And you're right, your journey is unique. But the principles of perseverance are universal. Whether you're trying to start a business, lose weight, learn a new skill, or overcome a personal hardship, the ability to keep going when it's hard is what will ultimately lead you to success. So how do we apply these principles in our daily lives? How do we cultivate the kind of perseverance that can transform our dreams into reality? First, we need to reframe our relationship with difficulty. Instead of seeing challenges as barriers, view them as opportunities for growth. Every obstacle you face is a chance to learn, to become stronger, to prove to yourself what you're capable of. When you encounter a setback, instead of thinking, why is this happening to me? Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Next, focus on building your mental toughness. Mental toughness isn't about being hard or unemotional. It's about developing the resilience to bounce back from setbacks. It's about training your mind to stay focused on your goals, even when faced with distractions or difficulties. One way to build mental toughness is through regular challenges. Set yourself small, achievable challenges each day, and gradually increase their difficulty. This could be as simple as committing to a daily workout, learning a new word every day, or reaching out to one new professional contact each week. Another crucial aspect of perseverance is maintaining perspective. When we're in the midst of a challenging situation, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. We get so focused on our immediate struggles that we forget why we started this journey in the first place. That's why it's important to regularly reconnect with your fundamental reason for pursuing your goal. Write it down, visualize it. Make it so vivid and compelling that it can pull you through the toughest times. It's also important to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Often we're so focused on our end goal that we fail to recognize how far we've come. Take time to acknowledge your efforts and achievements along the way. This not only boosts your motivation, but also reinforces the belief that your hard work is paying off. Remember, perseverance doesn't mean going alone. Don't be afraid to seek support when you need it. This could be from friends, family, mentors, or professional networks. Sometimes, just knowing that others believe in you can give you the strength to keep going when your own belief wavers. Cultivate a learning mindset. See every experience, especially the challenging ones, as opportunities to gain new knowledge and skills. When you approach life with curiosity and a willingness to learn, even the most difficult situations become valuable learning experiences. Practice gratitude. It might seem counterintuitive, but being thankful, even in hard times, can significantly boost your resilience. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's going wrong to what's going right, providing a much needed perspective that can help you push through difficult times. Develop a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. This belief creates a love for learning and a resilience that is essential for great accomplishment. People with a growth mindset see failure not as evidence of unintelligence, but as a heartening springboard for growth and for stretching our existing abilities. Learn to manage your energy, not just your time, because it requires sustained effort. And that's only possible if you're managing your energy effectively. This means taking care of your physical health through proper nutrition, exercise, and sleep. It also means managing your mental and emotional energy by practicing mindfulness, engaging in activities that recharge you, and setting boundaries to protect your peace. Embrace discomfort. Growth and comfort do not coexist. If you want to develop perseverance, you need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Push yourself out of your comfort zone regularly. Take on challenges that scare you a little. Remember, it's okay to feel fear or uncertainty. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. Develop a strong sense of self-belief. Confidence in your abilities is crucial when the going gets tough. This doesn't mean being arrogant or overestimating your capabilities. It means having a realistic understanding of your strengths and believing in your capacity to learn, grow, and overcome challenges. Practice visualization. Athletes often use this technique to improve their performance, and it can be equally effective in developing perseverance. Regularly visualize yourself overcoming obstacles, pushing through difficulties, and achieving your goals. This mental rehearsal can prepare you to face real life challenges with greater confidence and resilience. Learn from role models. Study the lives of people you admire who have demonstrated great perseverance. Read their biographies, watch documentaries about them, or if possible, reach out to them directly. Understanding how others have overcome adversity can provide inspiration and practical strategies for your own journey. Consider the story of Mala Yousafzai, the young Pakistani activist who stood up for girls' education despite threats from the Taliban. Even after surviving an assassination attempt, she continued her advocacy, becoming the youngest Nobel Prize laureate. Her unwavering commitment to her cause in the face of extreme adversity is a powerful example of perseverance. Or think about Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison for his fight against apartheid, yet emerged without bitterness to lead South Africa towards reconciliation and democracy. His ability to maintain hope and purpose through decades of hardship is a testament to the power of perseverance. These stories remind us that perseverance isn't just about personal gain. It's often fueled by a higher purpose, a commitment to something greater than ourselves. When we connect our efforts to a larger cause or to the betterment of others, we tap into a wellspring of motivation that can sustain us through the toughest challenges. But perseverance isn't just for world-changing endeavors. It's equally important in our day-to-day lives. In the small battles we fight to improve ourselves and our circumstances. It's about the person struggling with addiction who takes it one day at a time, fighting for their sobriety. It's about the student who struggles with a subject but refuses to give up, putting in extra hours of study until they finally grasp the concept. It's about the entrepreneur who faces rejection after rejection but continues to refine their pitch and pursue their vision. In each of these cases, perseverance is what bridges the gap between where we are and where we want to be. It's the force that turns potential into reality, dreams into achievements. But let's be clear, perseverance is not about blind stubbornness. It's not about continuing down a path that's clearly wrong or harmful just because we've already invested time and effort. True perseverance involves wisdom and adaptability. It means being willing to adjust our methods, to learn from our mistakes, to pivot when necessary, all while keeping our ultimate goal in sight. Think of it like navigating a ship across an ocean. Our destination is our goal. Our perseverance is the engine that keeps us moving forward. But along the way, we might encounter storms. We might need to adjust our course to avoid obstacles. We might even need to stop for repairs. All of these adjustments are part of the journey, part of the process of persevering towards our goal. This brings us to an important point, the need for self-reflection and honest assessment in our journey of perseverance. It's crucial to regularly step back and evaluate our progress, our methods, and even our goals. Are we moving in the right direction? Are our efforts yielding results, even if they're small or slow? Are our goals still aligned with our values and aspirations? This kind of honest self-assessment isn't always easy. It requires courage to face the truth about our situation and our efforts. But it's an essential part of meaningful perseverance. It helps us ensure that we're not just working hard, but working smart. It allows us to make necessary adjustments before we waste time and energy on unproductive paths. This process of reflection can actually fuel our perseverance. When we see the progress we've made, even if it's less than we hoped, it can renew our motivation. When we identify areas for improvement, it gives us clear, actionable steps to focus on. And when we reconnect with our ultimate goals and values, it reminds us why we're putting in all this effort in the first place. Another crucial aspect of perseverance is learning to manage failure. In our success-oriented culture, failure is often seen as something to be avoided at all costs. But the truth is, failure is an inevitable part of any meaningful endeavor. The key is not to avoid failure, but to learn how to fail productively. Productive failure means viewing each setback as a learning opportunity. It means analyzing what went wrong, extracting valuable lessons, and using that knowledge to inform our next attempt. It means maintaining our commitment to our goal even when we fall short. Thomas Edison's famous quote about his attempts to invent the light bulb, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This attitude exemplifies productive failure. Each unsuccessful attempt wasn't seen as a defeat, but as a step closer to success, eliminating one more way that doesn't work and bringing him closer to the way that does. Adopting this mindset can transform how we experience and respond to setbacks. Instead of being discouraged by failure, we can be energized by it, seeing each unsuccessful attempt as valuable data that informs our next try. This brings us to another important point, the role of creativity in perseverance. Often, when we face obstacles, the solution isn't to try harder using the same methods, but to try differently. This is where creativity comes in. Creative problem solving is a powerful tool in our perseverance toolkit. It allows us to approach challenges from new angles, to see possibilities where others see dead ends. when we hit a wall, instead of repeatedly banging our head against it, creativity allows us to step back, survey the landscape, and find a way around, over, or through the obstacle. Cultivating creativity as part of our perseverance practice can involve several strategies. One is cross-pollination of ideas, exposing ourselves to diverse fields of knowledge, even ones that seem unrelated to our goal. Often breakthrough ideas come from applying concepts from one field to problems in another. Another strategy is to regularly engage in brainstorming sessions, allowing ourselves to generate wild, impractical ideas without judgment. Sometimes buried within these seeming useless ideas are the seeds of innovative solutions. We can also practice reframing our challenges, looking at them from different perspectives. What would this problem look like to a child, to someone from a different culture, to a scientist, to an artist? Each new perspective can reveal new possibilities. By integrating creativity into our perseverance, we not only increase our chances of success, but also make the journey itself more engaging and fulfilling. It transforms perseverance from mere endurance into a dynamic, evolving process of growth and discovery. While commitment and determination are crucial, it's equally important to avoid burnout. Sustainable perseverance requires us to pace ourselves, to know when to push hard and when to rest and recover. A successful training regimen doesn't involve running at full speed every day. It includes a mix of intense workouts, moderate runs, and rest days. This balanced approach allows the body to build strength and endurance without breaking down. The same principle applies to our mental, emotional efforts in perseverance. We need to build in time for rest, relaxation, and activities that recharge us. This isn't a luxury or a distraction from our goals, an essential part of maintaining the energy and focus we need to persevere in the long run. Moreover, this balance helps us maintain perspective. When we're constantly pushing, constantly focused on our challenges, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. Taking a step back allows us to reconnect with our motivations, to appreciate our progress, and to approach our challenges with fresh eyes and renewed energy. Another crucial aspect of perseverance is the ability to delay gratification. In our instant gratification culture, the capacity to work towards long-term goals, foregoing immediate pleasures or rewards, is more valuable than ever. The famous marshmallow experiment, conducted by psychologist Walter Mischel, has the importance of this skill. Children who were able to resist eating a marshmallow in order to receive 2 marshmallows later showed greater success in various areas of life as they grew up. This ability to delay gratification is closely linked to perseverance. It's about keeping our eyes on the prize, even when tempting distractions or easier paths present themselves. Developing this skill involves practicing self-discipline, learning to find satisfaction in the process, not just the outcome. It means learning to appreciate the small steps of progress, the gradual building of skills and capabilities, rather than always looking for immediate results. It's also about developing a long-term perspective when we can vividly imagine and connect with our future goals. It becomes easier to make choices in the present that align with those goals, even if they involve short-term discomfort or sacrifice. Now let's address an often overlooked aspect of perseverance, the role of rest and recovery. It might seem counterintuitive, but knowing when to step back and recharge is just as important as knowing when to push forward. We can't inhale continuously, we need to exhale to create space for the next breath. Similarly, in our efforts to persevere, we need periods of rest and recovery to create space for renewed effort and inspiration. This doesn't mean giving up or losing focus on our goals. Instead, it's about strategically using periods of rest to consolidate our progress, reflect on our journey, and prepare for the next push forward. Rest can take many forms. It might be a good night's sleep, a vacation, or simply taking a break to engage in a hobby or spend time with loved ones. The key is that it allows us to step away from our challenges and return with fresh energy and perspective. These periods of rest often lead to unexpected breakthroughs. Have you ever noticed how solutions to problems often come to you when you're not actively thinking about them? This is because our subconscious mind continues to work on problems even when we're not consciously focusing on them. By allowing ourselves time to rest and engage in other activities, we create space for these subconscious insights to bubble up to the surface. Perseverance isn't just about achieving goals or overcoming obstacles. At its core, it's about becoming. It's about the person we become through the process of facing challenges and refusing to give up. Every time we choose to persevere, we're not just moving closer to our goals, we're strengthening our character, expanding our capabilities, and deepening our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We're becoming more resilient, more resourceful, more confident in our ability to handle whatever life throws our way. This transformative power of perseverance extends beyond our individual lives. When we persevere, we become an inspiration to others. We show them what's possible when one refuses to give up. Our example can spark hope and courage in those facing their own challenges. Moreover, our perseverance can lead to innovations and achievements that benefit society as a whole. Think about the medical researchers who spend years, even decades, searching for cures to diseases. Their perseverance doesn't just benefit them personally, it has the potential to save countless lives. The capacity for perseverance lies within each of us. It's not a trait that some people have and others don't. It's a skill that can be developed, a muscle that can be strengthened through consistent practice. Your ability to persevere is not determined by your circumstances, your background, or your initial capabilities. It's determined by your choices, the choice to keep going when it's hard, the choice to learn from failures, the choice to stay committed to your goals even when the path is unclear or obstacle-ridden. You are capable more than you know. Your potential is limited only by your perseverance. Every time you choose to keep going when it's hard, you're not just moving closer to your goals, you're becoming a stronger, more resilient, more capable version of yourself. Embrace the challenges, welcome the obstacles. For it is in overcoming them that you discover your true strength and potential. Keep going, keep growing, keep persevering. The world is waiting for the unique contributions that only you can make, the dreams that only you can bring to life. Your journey of perseverance is not just about reaching a destination. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be. It's about unlocking the greatness that lies within you. It's about leaving a legacy that will inspire generations to come. So go forth with courage and determination. Face your challenges head on, knowing that each one is an opportunity for growth. Keep pushing, keep striving, keep believing. For in your persistence lies your power. In your determination lies your destiny. Remember, the greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. So rise, my friends. Rise again and again. Let your persistence be your legacy. Your determination be your trademark. Your resilience be your hallmark. The world is waiting for you to unleash your full potential. It's waiting for you to show what's possible when one refuses to give up, when one chooses to keep going even when it's hard. You have the power to inspire, to lead, to create change. And it all starts with your decision to persist. So go now, face your challenges with courage. Pursue your dreams with passion. And above all, keep going when it's hard. For it is in those moments of perseverance that you will discover the true extent of your strength, the depth of your character, and the limitless nature of your potential.